Hey, good people, I got some friends here and they want to say something to you.
What's up, good people?
You guys go ahead. Go ahead. Hey, those are my grandkids. Yes, grand. I know I'm too young to be a grandfather. They call me G-Paul, okay? Hey, welcome to the page. My name is Larry Jones, and this is the family known as Stock Up, okay? Take a second, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. I'm trying some new audio here because as you guys could see, I got Josh Nichols. This is Technical Tuesdays, and we're gonna get right into it after this opening. All right, so we got so far the market has been doing good. The Dow was up 400%. And 400 points. I wish it was up 400%. And it looks like a green day. A green day is a good day. All right, good people. Anything I say or Josh is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. All right, let's get right into some things, and then we're going to cover some stock. All right, first I want to look at what's happening. Remember, we've been on this reopening play where we got airlines, hotels, amusement parks, theme parks, cruise lines, right? And so I threw Disney in this time. So you can see Disney is up by 3.5%. Parks and hotels, PK, is up almost 3% over here. Norwegian, 4%. Hilton is up almost 3%. And look at this, American Airlines is up 4.5% on today. Let's zoom out a little bit. The last 5 days, Disney has been not performing well because they were dumb enough. Disney was dumb enough to get involved with this. Anyway, I'm not even gonna touch that. That's Disney. Anyway, let's just keep it going. I buy these companies based on making money, not their politics. I don't align with anybody's politics or stands as from company to company to company. I just buy the company based on its financials and what I think we can make money on. All right, let's keep it going. So look at this, parks and hotels, 12%. All right, I gave you guys this play a week ago. I'm actually over a week and a day ago. You're up 12% in the last 5 days. Norwegian, 8.5%. Hilton, 10% in a week. Look at this, American Airlines, look at that. 13, let's just say 14%, and let's look at a month, okay? So month over month, parks and hotels are just getting started. Norwegian is still 12%. Hilton is 7%, but look at American Airlines, almost 21%, right? So Norwegian, let's look at it by itself. If you look at Norwegian today, as you can see, it's up 4%. In the last week, 8%, 8.5%. And then in the last month, 12%. So these are these are reopening plays, good people. And there's short-term money to be made, and there's long-term money to be made. This is what I say, even though we're in a bear market, even though there is for sure a recession coming, no one knows exactly when, but for sure there's a recession coming. There's still money to be made. So that's why you prepare for what's to come and you still make money. And these are not hype plays. These are not meme speculative plays, okay? These companies are not going anywhere. These companies will be around. So yes, there's money to be made in the quote unquote meme coin and crypto, but there's money to be made in good, solid companies, all right? So what we're going to talk about today, let me go here with Josh, it being Technical Tuesday, is we briefly covered Volta yesterday. We know that they pushed the earnings reports back. We know that the financials are kind of crazy right now, okay? They're all over the place. We know that they had to push it back. We know that the CEO, two of the CEOs abruptly left, which is a huge red flag, right? We also know that an existing board member got moved up to the CEO right now, if you really look at it. But what I saw in comparing, you can calculate your own PE, good people, and what I see with Volta versus EVgo and ChargePoint is that Volta still has a better PE ratio. It is the cheapest company. So that's why in times like this, just like I did in 2008, I look for distressed companies like this that are beat down far so you can make money on them, okay? And that's why I'm suggesting to you guys to do your own research. This video is not about me talking you into buying Volta. And I didn't go all in. I didn't quote unquote load up. I am slowly, very small amounts starting to dollar cost average in. So yesterday I put a buy-in order at 255. It did not feel good, people, because I missed the bottom, which was 250 so far. Now remember, from day to day that changes, okay? If they get a solid CEO in, that's when I will go in heavier, all right? And so let's look at Volta. And let's look at all of the charging stations, and then we're going to my top three: ChargePoint, Volta, and EVgo, right? Let's look at this right quick, and then we're going to get right in with Josh. So we could see here that Volta is up 3.78%. ChargePoint has been holding good all day today, 5.5%, and EVgo is pretty much flat, all right? And so remember yesterday when I was talking about guilt by association? Volta was coming down on its own merit, but the overall EV market, all of the charging stations was down. And that's why I termed it guilt by association, okay? If you did not see that video, I'm going to leave a box here for that video, and then I'm going to leave a box here for Technical Tuesdays with Josh, okay? So I definitely want you guys at the end of this video to go and subscribe to Josh with Technical Tuesdays. I'm going to turn it over to you. Let's go right into Volta.
Well, hey, let's talk about Volta, I guess. I told everybody last week that I was going to put a stop loss in at 295 because we did see the potential of this going down, and it did. It triggered, and I was completely out of my Volta position. I began to put orders back in from 275 down to 250, and I've gotten a number of them to fill. If we look at the charts on Volta, which we're going to look at, right, they're going to tell us a little bit of, before I do that, I'm going to just take a broad look at the S&P, right? We are in the risk range that I defined for you guys a couple weeks back, which is we got that 4,600 on the high end, and we're going to say that we are at around 4,300 on the low end. And look at that, we're pretty much right in the middle of that. And we're gonna find that a lot of our stocks look exactly the same way, which is just a reminder that what we do in the broader market is what we're gonna end up with in some of these individual stocks. But here's what I'm seeing happening. I actually believe that we have a trend line here that I'm keeping a very close eye on. I believe that we're probably going to digest this. This is a pretty good sign, this pop today. It means that we're not going to the bottom of that risk range right now. We're looking to digest it, move sideways. I'm going to guess that we're going to come down, hit that line, perhaps, and begin to go back up to the top of that risk range. We'll see in a couple Technical Tuesdays if my view is correct. But let's look at Volta in particular. Okay, so as in the past, I've told you guys I'm looking at a Gaussian channel. It will give us a transition in this color scheme from green to red when it produces or prints a buy signal. You guys can see, what are we missing here on the end of our Gaussian channel? We're missing the color green. We have not printed a buy signal. However, I actually love the fact that, and I love support lines, that it has held to this support line. I've pointed this out to you guys before.
Right.
And I'm a buyer as long as we mind this support line. If we broke through, that would concern me. We have not. And so I feel like this is an area where we are, stock loves to move back to its average price. The average price is right here in the middle of the channel. So we have moved outside of the channel, and you can see in the past here, right? When we move outside of the channel, what do? We move back into the channel. I actually am happy to accumulate here. We haven't printed a buy signal. I believe we're going to turn back up and move back in and test the middle line of that channel. I'm going to, we've talked to you guys about the RSI. What's going down here at the RSI? We are not where we want to be. We're in the lower half of the RSI. We're moving in that range, which is, again, that's the same as not printing a buy signal. But there are times when you want to get ahead of the move. And so, I actually like Volta. Larry likes Volta. We're down at $2.50 to $3. To me, that's a place I'm willing to take a risk. You guys have seen in the past that I will put a stop loss in. If it gets too hairy for me, if we break below, right now my stop loss would be $2.45, Larry.
Yeah.
And you know what? If it were to break below $2.45, then you know what? It might come down to $2.
Right.
But I'm taking it one level at a time. I dumped my load at $2.95. I'm reaccumulating here between $2.50 and $2.70, and I'm thrilled to do it because the minute this prints me a green signal, I feel like it's going to be going back the direction I want it to go. Let's go into the charts and show you where that direction might be. We do have, again, these areas of support and resistance, okay? I know I do a lot of drawing on these charts, but if we come back up and we print a buy signal here, our range is easily back up to the 350 on the lower of the two high ends and up to $7 on the higher of the range. So we're accumulating something right now around $2.50 to $3 that in my mind, I'm gonna sell between $6.50 and $7.
Yeah, so you guys heard it right there. Listen, again, it's a falling knife. There has not, NOT, been a buy signal printed yet, okay? Understand that we're not saying to buy, but what we're saying is Josh agreed with me, you saw my video yesterday, that I'm comfortable in buying in these. But remember, my plays for this is not a swing trade for me at these prices, at an all-time low. It's hovering around the all-time low, right? And so I'm buying them long-term. I will be buying some more Volta next year, the year after. And I know by next year and the year after, I'll be buying at a higher dollar amount, okay? So now, you guys know how I like to play it. I like to buy and hold when it gets this low that I'm not selling, I'm dollar cost averaging in, but I also like to swing trade, okay? And so what I'm doing is, you guys know that follow me, listen, my Webull links is where I do my swing trading on my stocks and my crypto, right? But we're going to start using Moomoo. I want you guys to check out these links below because I'm going to start using Moomoo for my swing now for stocks, okay? But we're also going to be using Moomoo as a bank. So what I'm going to do for my Moomoo now is what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put $2,000 into a savings account because I want to run some experiments for you guys, right? And then I'm going to put $2,000 in Moomoo just as a bank, right? But the $2,000 that I put in Moomoo, I'm going to buy banks. And I'm going to do that right now. So we're going to run a test and see, is it better to have your money in a bank or is it better to buy banks at this point? You guys are going to start to hear a lot about peak inflation. We're going to cover that later. That will be actually a good sign. Hey, we're going to leave it right there. I'm not going to ramble on. Listen, I'm not going to leave the other video here. You guys can just go back and watch the video from yesterday, okay? But what I want you guys to do, because on Wednesdays, Josh is actually going to do his own Technical Tuesdays, but on Wednesday. So we got to coin that phrase, right? And so what he's going to do is have that there, and he's going to cover some of these hot stocks. You know, you guys know all of the hot ones. He's going to be covering those on his page on Wednesday. So I'm going to leave a video in this box in your upper right-hand corner, okay? Click that box, and make sure you like and subscribe to Josh's page, okay? But before you do that, make sure that you go beneath in my description area, and I want you guys to check out all of the links below. Sorry, I had to do that. Check out my links below. If you have Webull, download Moo. If you have Moo, download Webull. Because you guys know we killed it on Webull last year and the year before, okay? And so I'm giving both of these platforms purpose, all right? Anything you got to say?
Hey, man, I love all the communication in the comment section, and I'll look for you guys there.
All right, peace. We'll see you later.